Hello you beautiful people and welcome to Rumble Roundup, where we talk this week's fighting game news. So without further ado, I'm Pat Carey from the Republic of Players and let's get into it. So first things first, we're going to start off with the quick fire round, which is sort of just like a little bit of the quick news, such as Granblue Fantasy Versus is finally released physically over here in Europe and Australia. Fakuma in Tekken has just come out, which was the recently released DLC character. And Guilty Gear Strive closed beta you'll be able to sign up to April 5th, so get on that. There'll be a link on the description below. Let's move on. So, news story number 1, which is Samurai Shodown is coming to PC through the Epic Game Store. Originally all you could do was really get it through Google Stadia, which you couldn't own the game, you're basically streaming it, which I don't think it works very well for fighting games, especially considering that a lot of people have lag with Stadia. But yeah, it's finally coming to PC through Epic Game Store, and it's great to finally see the games coming to PC as well. Like, it's better to have this wide range of availability for these games to get them out there and get more sales and build them up. So yeah, that's a nice little bit of news to hear from. So news story number 2. So we're going to be sticking on to Samurai Shodown here, because this is basically Samurai Shodown week for this week of Roundup news. But yeah, Sogetsu, which is the next DLC character, is coming April 1st. He's a very interesting character. His abilities seem to be a mixture of having a sword and then having aqua-based attacks. From what I've seen, mainly close-up fighter and a bit of a medium range, but not enough to really make him stand out in that section. So more of a close-up fighter from what I've seen from the gameplay that has been shown. He looks fun to play around with, and hopefully I get around to the game sometime soon, because I really do want to. News story number 3. Haohmaru from Samurai Shodown is making his way over to Soulcalibur 6. He's going to be stepping on to the stage of Destiny. And so far, from what I've witnessed, he seems to be translating well to 3D. From the Samurai Shodown games are 2D planes that you fight on. But yeah, his moves seem to be translating very well. But like, I'm not too surprised by this because of the fact of Namco Bandai's fighting games have been bringing in 2D fighters into their 3D fighting games. Tekken 7 is the best example to look at, where they had Akuma and Grease Howard come in. And they translated those characters over 3D very well, and I say the same will be happening with Haohmaru, with being implemented into Soulcalibur. He is coming on the 31st of March, which is tomorrow, so like, you don't have to wait too long to get your hands on him, but he looks like a lot of fun to play, and it will be, I'm going to be looking forward to jumping on to play as that character as well. So on to news story number 4, which is Army of Darkness's Ash has been revealed for Mortal Kombat through an email between NetherRealm Studios and Warner Brothers. It's like, I don't like reveals like this. I usually prefer to be surprised, but like, it is what it is. But the bigger news that has come out was that a data miner has found out that there is 42 predetermined slots for characters in Mortal Kombat 11, which is now giving us a hint that once Ash comes out, there is 10 more characters to come, I believe. 10 or 9 more characters to come. And it shows that this game is hopefully going to get loads more content, and with how Ed Boon was talking about it, that content is going to be coming. So we have all these characters that are going to be coming, and I say they'll be basically thrown out over the course until the next generation of consoles come. I feel that's when, by the time that happens, all characters will be released with the next combat pass, which it seems to be like we're going to get, which is great news. Always lovely to get more characters for fighting games. It always mixes up the style of the game because there's new characters thrown in. But yeah, that's Mortal Kombat news, and on to our next piece of news. Granblue Fantasy Versus DLC Soriz is coming on April 7th. Now this man looks like he looks like so much fun. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. He's a brawler in this game, so very close combat, and his combos seem to go together very well. But one of my favorite things about it is definitely the fact that he has like a power up that he can use to deal out more damage, and it's basically he tears off most of his clothes. Anime, am I right? But it's weird, but it looks so epic at the same time. But yeah, he's coming April 7th, so not too far to wait for him, and that's pretty damn cool. It's always great to see that this game is getting a good push of new content coming just after its release. Also, we recently just got even more news that Djeeta, which is sort of the female comparison to the main character Gran, she's also going to be coming out on April 7th as well. So there's two characters coming to Granblue Fantasy Versus, and she seems to share a few moves with Gran. It's basically the female comparison to Gran, so it's the male main character and the female main character, depending on who you choose in the app, I believe. But yeah, she definitely seems to have a different style with some moves, but I think from what I've seen, they're sharing a handful of moves together. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Like, a new character altogether with completely different moveset would have been nice, but still at the same time, since it is different already, it's nice to get more characters anyway in general. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and that's two characters coming April 7th, which really freaking great for the game coming out just now. So if you get on the season pass, you will get all these characters, and it's good time with having all these characters coming out now. So the roster is bumped up for people who buy it now around Europe and Australia. But yeah, that's Granblue Fantasy Versus news. Now on to news story number 6 or 5, I can't remember. But yeah, unfortunately now we're going back to the coronavirus, which it's a sickener, so it is. But yeah, Celtic Throwdown has basically come out and announced that all of their events up till the end of June are cancelled. It's unfortunate. Like, these events really sort of bring the community together, and seeing that that community isn't going to be able to get together because of this virus is rather just, it's sad. But hopefully it clears up soon enough that you know, these events can start coming back on and not have to continuously be cancelled, because it just seems that's the way everything is going, unless it's an online tournament. But yeah, it's sad, but it has to be done. And make sure to wash your hands and stay clean and stay indoors, because we are in lockdown. Best to stay in and wait for the soda to blow over unless you need to go out. And that really wraps up all of Rumble Roundup this week. Quite enough week, but we got quite a lot of character announcements for when they're coming out. We already knew most of the characters that were coming through DLC, and basically it's nice to finally get the dates and when they're coming and when we can get our hands on them. So yeah, that's basically that from me. I've been Pat Carey from the Republic of Players, and until next time, have a good one.